right here. Here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up. That's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage Tele pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Who? Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish. Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very good. Here we are. How are we doing? Okay, I have a new mic, as you can see, on my lapel here, or on my pocket. Is that too loud? Is that too soft? Is that too fuzzy? Terry, how you doing? Mav, what's going on? Let me know what that sounds like. So Terry, you need to change the command because I couldn't salvage the neck. So, sounds good. Cold War Kid, what's going on? It's perfect, is it now? Well, good, because that means I can move around and I don't have to flip over microphones or anything like that. And I can unplug all the old mics now and take them away. Well, I'll have a spare just in case this fails. Sounds good. How are you doing, Mav? You well? Excellent. So, Terry, we've got to update the command for the blue one. Yeah, it's okay. We're going to build a new neck. Let me show you some tools that we updated this week. So we're on the bench. Firstly, a reminder of this guy here. So remember the color on that. So that's ready now from a color perspective. Okay. That turned out quite good. We have new saws, new fret saws, Sheffield steel, Pax, old company. I think the first one was built in 1776 in England. Probably after the Yanks kicked them out, they went back home and said, let's make some saws instead. But that's good. They've got all the markers, the stoppers there for the markers for the stopper. So basically I can adjust that stopper to get the right depth for our frets. So I'm just going to pop one in and get it to the point where it's usable. And we're going to put them away and use them later on when we cut the slots on that new neck. I'll just pop the screw on there like so. Hey BTM, what's going on? Good to see you. I've done it too tight now, Terry. What does that tell you? Too many wheat bix or weedy bricks or whatever you call them. No, I don't eat that stuff. It's not good for you. Okay. There's our saw. So you can see we have this little guy here that stops the depth. That way it exposes enough blade to cut the depth that we want. And I'll put these away and then we'll come back and play with them a little later on, shall we? I'll hang them up later on. This one can hang up. I'm gonna grab that. And we'll get started on that neck now. Now we've got to make some choices. Terry, are you ready? Have you got your choosing hat on? Do you have your choosing hat on? Okay, so we got to match the neck. I found some really pretty fretboards. So we've got this guy here. We've got chrome P90s, humbucker size, chrome hardware, chrome bridge. Okay, we have a Beautiful mahogany neck. Blank. We're going to use that guy. Okay. Same as the other neck. You like the guide. The guide is good. Cold War. Now we've got Australian rosewood. I like the brightness. It also goes well with the abalone shell that we're going to use. We've got this rosewood. We've also got this rosewood, which is a little bit darker and pinkier. We've got a dark red Australian rosewood, which is also nice. Bit of a contrast there. B. Bumstead, thank you for the resub. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Thank you so much. Give that man a shout out. And then we have this stuff here called, what is this called? Babinga. B-U-N-B-I-G-A. Babinga. And this is flamed. It's got a nice watery look to it. And that's pretty as well. You can see it's got a very flashy grain. Lots of swirls. Not violent, but watery. So I like that as well. So we're going to pick one. And I'm going to put them all up against each other. Terry's going to create a poll, aren't you, Terry? And we're going to write down 1, 2, 3, 4. Babinga, Australian rosewood, Ambroina, another form of rosewood. We got to pick one, guys and girls. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get the poll running when you're ready, Terry, if you can. If you can't, just type your answers in the chat. There's 4 of us here, so I'll give it a try. Actually, I might be able to do it too. I don't even know what the command is. How do I create a poll? Haven't even done it. 1. So Mav likes the dark red. That's interesting. It is a nice piece of rosewood. It's very dramatic. Very dramatic. That's this guy here. These two almost blend into each other. You think that's one board. There's actually 2 boards there. See? 14. That's the one. 14. 1 and 4. We can combine the 2 and make 14. Hopefully you can hear me reasonably well. I've got a new mic. Interesting figure in 4. It is an interesting figure. This guy here is Babinga. It's very, very similar to like a plum. It's very linear, very straight grain. You can see that very straight grain, almost like a zebra wood. Not quite as prominent, but you've got that beautiful curl in there. So I do like that. I do like that a lot. Either way, it doesn't really matter. We can do any one of these. Yeah, the contrast is nice, absolutely, and that's the other one I'm thinking. So I'm gonna probably take these 2 away because they're too similar to the neck, which has a beautiful type of ribbon grain through it as well. And it's going to probably be these 2. Let's have a look at that up against the guitar body. So there's the contrast, which is really nice. I can't figure out if that's okay, Terry. I think we're going to get to a decision very, very shortly. Let me grab some abalone shells just to contrast it even more and really give us a look at what it's going to seem like or appear like with some color on there, because this is a beautiful color. I'm very, very favored on this one now. Very much favored on this one because you'll see these little guys will pop beautifully. The greens and the blues. So you can see that it's starting to really pop. It's almost like a flaming redhead with beautiful green or blue eyes. You know, those striking Vikings? No offense to any redheads in our audience. There was no offense meant. It was all complimentary. So that's nice. And of course we've got this guy here, which is also nice. And these pop just as well on this sort of golden pink color. But I do like the red. Simply because of that. Now, I'm sort of torn between See, that's nice too. That's so pretty. It is pretty. I'm going to make a call very, very shortly. We obviously can't have both. We have to have one. And I have thicknessed this Bubinga, and I think I'm going to use the Bubinga only simply because we're going to have a gloss finish on the guitar, and I do want a nice watery look. Although it's really hard. I mean, I can always use this one on another build, of course, because that's a really nice color too. Keeping in mind, this will actually blend really, really well with the headstock veneer, which is similar to this cap. It's a bird's eye headstock veneer. Okay, so we're gonna have a bit of a contrast with the headstock veneer as well. Paint that blue, of course, and burst it similar to the body, and that will give it a nice pattern match up with the body. Okay, I'm so glad that my mic works. And is it clear? Number 4. Yeah, I think we're going to go with number 4. I think we're going to go with Bubinga. I'll put this away. It'll be used. Thank you very much for your help, guys and girls. That was nice to have your input. We're going to go with this one. I agree with Mark there. I think this one is going to be a little bit subtle, and also just the patterns are going to make the contrast rather than the color. So Terry, you need to update the command, not on your phone, of course, when you can, to remove whatever we had before, which was that fiddleback. What was it? Fiddleback burdock and plum? No, it was fiddleback something or other. Ash. Can't remember. It's gone now. It was a very, very, very much a burly type of finish. That's why when I tried removing the fretboard, it started cracking. Even with all the heat applied and the glue dissolved, it was just it had bound so much that it started actually fracturing and chipping, which is not good. So I had to get rid of that. But this is going to be a perler, as they say. We've got to pick a side. Pick a side. Doesn't really matter. It's much of a muchness. We're going to go with that. That's a nice combination. There it is there. Blue Horizon. Blah, blah, blah. The neck is blah, blah, blah. Flamed fiddleback. River Oak. That's what it was. So change the River Oak to Bubinga, and I'll spell Bubinga for you. B. It's an indigenous name. Bubing. Bada bing. Bubinga. That's how you spell it. Bada binga, bubinga, bababinga. Ha! Bada bing, bada bow. Right, we need to start working on this. So let's put this body away. Let's start center lining this guy. Get our middles lined up. Get a truss rod cut in there. Center line. Always start with the center line. Terry will tell you that. She knows that. Going to run a nice big center line down this big piece. Let me grab a sharp pencil right here. Let me grab, actually I'll use a pen. It just stands out a little bit darker. And it's just a sharp. Where's that biro? Here we go. Okay, we're going to take a measurement here. Grab our square. This time, I'm not going to stuff it up. Famous last words, it's 120. So we got 60. You know what, we can make 2 necks out of this. No, we can't because we need the headstock space. That's okay. Let me just check and see if I actually can make 2 necks out of that. My headstock's pretty narrow. We might be able to squeeze 2 necks out of that. If I angle this right, ooh, I tell you what, we're going to go close. Let me just pop this down in here.